Hello and welcome back to God in Our Experience, weekly readings from the book of Matthew to help you experience the living presence of Christ in your own personal spiritual life right now. Today's reading comes from Matthew chapter 5, verse 21 through 26. Jesus says, "You have heard that it was said to those of ancient times, 'You shall not murder, and whoever murders shall be liable to judgment.' But I say to you that if you are angry with a brother or sister, you will be liable to judgment. And if you insult a brother or sister, you will be liable to the council. And if you say, 'You fool,' you will be liable to the hell of fire. So when you are offering your gift at the altar, if you remember that your brother or sister has something against you, leave your gift there before the altar and go. First be reconciled to your brother or sister, and then come and offer your gift. Come to terms quickly with your accuser while you are on the way to court with him, or your accuser may hand you over to the judge, and the judge to the guard, and you will be thrown into prison. Truly I tell you, you will never get out until you have paid the last penny." The Latin root of the word religion is religio, which means to bind together. And the idea is that the religious beliefs and rituals that we share hold our communities together at a deep spiritual level. We need a common vision of right and wrong, of our purpose as human beings, if we want to live together in harmony. And for most of human history, our religions have provided that vision and served as the foundation for political unity. The problem with religion is that sometimes the bindings get too tight. We struggle to find room for people with different ideas about God. We argue about correct belief and correct ritual, and then fracture into sects. We fight to defend the foundation of our societies against other societies with other foundations, and we end up with enemies everywhere. The religion that was meant to bind us together turns into the wedge that drives us apart. Jesus did not teach his disciples to give up on religion, but he did warn them not to let religion distract them from the real work of the kingdom of God. In the kingdom of God, healthy relationships of love and justice always take priority over belief and ritual. Jesus says, if you remember that someone has something against you, leave your sacrifice at the altar and go and make peace right away. Then come back and worship God. The essence of Jesus' religion was love. The love of God, the love of friend, the love of neighbor, and even the love of enemy. These loves can't be separated. And Jesus' strongest commandment to his disciples over and over again was that they embody their love of God by loving one another. Love requires us to stop hiding behind all the religious reasons for our conflicts. Love demands that we value peace with each other over being right, even about important things like God sometimes. And such love is just as scandalous to our comfortable religion today as it was in Jesus' time. To build communities on love and justice, there have to be some organizing principles. We need common language and a common vision, and we need a common sense of justice and right and wrong. And our faith in Jesus can provide those things. But in a truly genius move, Jesus worked some flexibility into the spiritual vision that binds his disciples together. Jesus made healthy relationships into a core belief. Our most sacred rituals then actually end up being conflict resolution, peacemaking, and openness to outsiders. Our sacrifice, our worship, is to forgive people who do not like us. In Jesus' vision of the kingdom of God, our true worship, our true sacrifice, our true religion is love. Now, if we want to engage with this a little bit deeper, we have to understand that reconciliation is one of the most difficult things that human beings can do. It sits right at the intersection of our inward spiritual state and our outward public relationships with members of our community. To seek peace is so difficult because it always requires that we sacrifice our pride and our power and our control. Yet, loving, healthy, supportive communities always require that reconciliation. And Jesus demands that his disciples go first. So spend some time thinking about your relationships. Where are the points of stress or conflict in your community? Is there anyone you need to forgive? Is there anyone you need to ask for forgiveness? Who are the people that you struggle to love? What would you have to sacrifice in order to reconcile those relationships? I know this is hard, especially right now, but sit in silence and ask God to show you what you need to do in order to obey Jesus' commandment of love. And pray quietly. Heal us through me.